Dear students, today we will be starting with genetics. So what is genetics? The science which deals with the mechanism responsible for transfer of characters and their similarities and differences between the parents and offspring or among the siblings is called genetics. William Bateson was the scientist who coined the term genetics. Now, offsprings are those individuals which are product of sexual reproduction. Okay, the product of asexual reproduction are called clones. Siblings, the offspring of the same parents, or we say sister, brother. Progeny, descendant considered as a group, like we say progeny of particular plant. Okay, so progeny of neem plant, for example. So all the neem plants are included in that. Okay, so under such circumstances we use the term progeny. Now genetics deals with two things. One is hereditary, another one variation. Hereditary, the mechanism of transmission of characters from parent to offspring or from one generation to another is called hereditary. This is also known as inheritance. The difference in the inherited traits result in dissimilarities among individual or among the members of these species. This is called variation. Like you have seen, no two individuals are same, okay, because of the variation. If you look at identical twin, they are exception to variation because they are similar in all the aspect. But variation is also introduced due to environmental factor. So if two different you can say identical twins, if they are being brought up under the different environment, then they may have certain differences also. Clones, the individual with similar genetic makeup are called clones. Identical twins, although are offspring, but they are clone of each other. Father of genetics, Gregor John Mendel is known as father of genetics as he discovered fundamental laws of inheritance. He deduced that the genes come in pairs and are inherited as distinct unit, one from each parents. The gene are stable, discrete unit that controls the expression of trait. So this was his finding. He was the first to explain inheritance. To explain inheritance, he worked on garden pea, which is scientifically known as Pisum sativum. He carried out plant hybridization experiment and published the data in a journal called Annual Proceedings of Natural History Society of Brunn in 1866. Now, what were the reasons for non-recognition of his work, or you can say failure of Mendelism at that particular time? So whatever he was doing, the whole concept of genetics, you can say, that was a far ahead of time. Second, the other scientists were busy with the Darwin's theory of origin of species, because this was one of the famous theory. So they were unable, moreover the whatever work was done by Mendel was unable to be understood by many scientists. So they were not taking interest, and much interest was invoked in the Darwin's theory. Now he ignored cytological basis of genetics. He could not provide any proof for existence of factor, although he said that there is some factor which is responsible for inheritance, but he was unable to define that factor, what kind of factor it is, where it is present in the cell, and how it is responsible for the transmission of character. And fourth one is use of mathematics to analyze the cross-breeding data. So whatever hybridization experiments were performed by Mendel, he used to use math to analyze them because there was large number of data. So the other scientists, they used to think that this is something useless. Okay, so these were the main points why the Mendelism work was not given any consideration when he was working. Now, three scientists plays very important role: Hugo de Vries, Carl Correns, and Erich von Treschmark. These three scientists, they rediscovered Mendelian work. Okay, so they started working almost after 30 years, and it took another you can say 50 years to rediscover his work. Now, what was the Mendelian work? Mendelian work is called Mendelian genetics, and basically what he did, he selected pea plant. So we will see why he selected pea plant. Then he studied the inheritance. We will see how he studied the inheritance and how the observation and record was done. So he finally formulated theory, or you can say principle of inheritance. Now, first important step is the selection of pea plant. Mendelian was mocked, so there was a small garden where he used to live, and he used to grow the pea plant over there, and then he used to make his own observation. So why he liked to make observation on pea plant? Because it is annual, so one can study several generations. If you work on mango plants, only you cannot even study one generation, right? So second, the flower is complete, that is bisexual, both male and female part are present. Third, it is self-pollinating, means it can the same stigma and the pollen, they can fertilize with each other. Next, it has 7 contrasting characters. The pea plant has 7 contrasting characters. If you look at the character, they were in seed, pod, flower and stem. For example, seed, shape of the seed may be round or wrinkle, color of the flower yellow or green, pod, shape of the pod inflated or round, flower, color of the flower violet or white, then position of flower axial and terminal, and height of the stem tall or dwarf. So these were the 7 contrasting characters which were studied by Mendel, and they only have given a good result to Mendel. Now, large number of seeds are produced by one generation. So once you obtain large number of seed, then it's easy to work with the next generation, okay, and then calculate the data. So these were the features of the pea plant, why he selected pea plant. Now, second is the study of inheritance. So how the study of inheritance was done? Initially, he studied one character at a time and subsequently keep adding further characters. So all 7 contrasting characters were not studied at one time. So at a time he used to study first one character, then another, then he started studying 2 different characters at a time, then 3, and so on. Now, what is character over here? Character in genetics is called physical expression of genes. Now, he performed the experiment in 3 stages. First is that he created pure lines, which are known as pure bits. Second, he performed cross between 2 pure parents. And third, he performed cross between first generation and analyzed the data. So let's discuss what are pure lines. Pure line is a group of closely related individual of identical genetic constitution. So if the genetic constitution is same, then they are going to express the similar characters. The lines are obtained through repeated inbreeding of heterogeneous individual. After several generations, the heterozygous genome turned to homozygous genome. Now, I'll just roughly explain you how this is done. Suppose one plant is tall and another one is short. Now, what we are looking for, that all the plant in the next generation should have one kind of genome. Let's select the tall one. So cross were made between the 2. So you will get certain plants, maybe 5-6 are tall and 5-6 are short. Now since we want all tall plants, so we are not considering short, we'll be only working with the tall plant. Again from the same set of generation, we'll select 2 plant and then cross them. So again you will see that there are more number of tall plants and maybe some short plants still exist. So again we will eliminate the short plant, and again the tall plant from the same generation are taken and they are crossed. So this cross is made for several generation until you get all tall plant. When we get all tall plant means the genome is homozygous. We'll come to the point next, homozygous and heterozygous later on. He performed cross between 2 pure parents. Now pure, how they are made pure? They are made pure by inbreeding experiment which produces pure line. So such pure parents were taken, let's say, and they were crossed artificially. Okay, artificial hybridization is done. So pollen of plant 1 is crossed with the plant 2. Okay, so this is pure tall and this is pure short. So F1 is the first filial generation. F1 offspring are produced. Okay, and this is called first filial generation. We'll just see how this artificial hybridization is done. It involves several steps. Emasculation, anther were removed before the maturation of stigma to prevent the self-pollination. Now pollen of plant 1 are transferred over to the plant 2. Bagging, the cross-pollinated flower are enclosed in separate bag to avoid further deposition of pollen. Then next is seed are collected, and next conducting crosses. So many different crosses are there we will discuss, such as reciprocal cross, back cross. And the third step over here is performance of cross. So next step what he did, that he crossed the plant from first generation to produce the second generation. So this is called second filial generation. Since he dealt with large number of data, so he used a statistic to analyze this. Now next is the observation and record. So finally he formulated 3 laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment, and this is what we are going to study in our syllabus. Now there are certain basic terms you should know that before you start studying the genetics. Now what is genome? The total set of genes present in the organism and that is inherited as a unit in the next generation is called genome. DNA is a molecule that is hereditary material in all the living cell. We have done in class 11 what is DNA. It is deoxyribonucleic acid and consists of nitrogenous base. There are 4 nitrogenous bases and then deoxy sugar and phosphate. Now what is gene? It is the segment of DNA that codes for useful information and it is called as functional unit of hereditary. Alleles, alternative form of gene present at homologous position on chromosome. Homozygous, the organism has 2 copies of same allele. For a gene we say homozygous, heterozygous if they have different alleles of a gene. Gene locus, this is a position or region on chromosome representing a single gene. Genotype, genetic constitution of an organism. Phenotype, the expression of gene that could be physically observed. Now character, the observable feature which is considered as expression of gene. Trait, it represents a specific character. Autosomes, the chromosome other than 6 chromosome. Chromosome, the total DNA in nucleus arranged in particular fashion like structure in which DNA is bound to histones. Gene pool, the collection of gene in an interbreeding population of a species, for example all the gene of human population, whether they are expressed or not expressed. Now if you look at here, I'll make you understand with the help of diagram. See, DNA is having the nitrogenous base such as ATGC, adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. So there is a particular sequence that exists, so it could be anything. Okay, now a part of DNA, can you see this blue color? Part of DNA which codes for a particular character. Let's say this part of DNA codes for the height of the plant. So height of the plant is the character. Okay, and this portion which is coding for a character is called gene. Okay, now chromosome, the whole DNA you can say is arranged in different shapes. Okay, so whatever is, if the size of DNA is more, the number of chromosome will be more. Okay, and this chromosome, existence of chromosome, since DNA is unable to bind itself, so it need certain interaction. So histones are stabilizing the DNA in the binding form. So there is DNA histone interaction in the structure of chromosome. So whole DNA is arranged in the chromosome. Okay, and here you consider homologous chromosome. So here I have shown the homologous chromosome. So suppose this is homologous chromosome, and you can see two, one from the male and one from the maternal or female side chromosome in an individual. So let's say the gene is located on the same position in both the chromosome. Okay, so homologous chromosome are the chromosome which are similar chromosome of male and female parents. Suppose we say all the chromosome are assigned some number. We say chromosome number 1. So chromosome number 1 of female and chromosome number 1 of male. So if you look at them, then they will bear similar genes. Okay, so let's say this gene codes for the tall height, and this gene codes for the short height. So these alternative form of gene which are present at the identical position on the homologous chromosome, they are called alleles. So here we say allele for the short height, okay, and allele for the tall height. Okay, now character, whatever physical expression of the gene is there, we say this is, because you can see tall and short height plant. Okay, now the specific character means character is height and specific character is it is tall and it is short. So this tall and short is known as trait. Okay, so a specific character is called trait, and the expression of character in F1 is called dominant character. So we'll be further discussing this in next part of genetics. Thank you so much.